This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Laura Janusek. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you for asking. What part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Chicago.
Sweet. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Sure. We connected through a group that I'm involved with that promotes women speakers at conferences. It's called Innovation Women. And I'm a regular speaker at tech conferences, and I just think it's important for women's voices to be heard in those kinds of leadership roles, because I'm a leader in the education technology industry. And like a lot of tech industries, it can be a male-dominated space. So I just think it's important for women in those spaces to have more visibility. So that's how we got together.
You are an ambassador, are you?
I try.
Love it. Who did you learn that from? That ability to stand up for who you are?
Well, I think just in terms of sort of a comfort level with public speaking, I got that from my experience as a high school teacher. So if you can stand up in front of a crowd of rowdy urban Chicago teenagers and, win them over and hold their attention, you can definitely do that in front of a room of professional adults in a conference setting. So I think, teaching has made that an inherent skill set for me.
Now, there are two ways you can learn things, right? You can learn things from someone who doesn't do it or someone who does something. Is there someone in your family who you believe you learned from?
That's a good question. I mean, my family definitely likes to talk. And also I think, my family's always just been sort of supportive of me and of each other in getting out there and expressing your opinion and sharing your ideas openly. And so I think maybe that's sort of just something that I grew up with and, sort of a confidence that kind of came from being surrounded by support. So I, coming into my career as a teacher and later in education technology, I rarely really held my voice back because I didn't feel that I needed to. And so, maybe that, is a testament to my parents or my upbringing in general.
Super cool. I love how you unpacked that. Wow, super cool. All right,
Thanks.
all right. Tell us more about how you operate within the tech space. Is it software, hardware?
Software. I have had some experience with hardware as well, but generally software now. So I am a product owner and product manager. So I manage teams of developers as we create different kinds of technologies for the education space, and sometimes also designers. Sometimes I do some of the design. It's really collaborative, really exciting work.
Have you received any awards or even certificates of appreciation in the space you operate in?
I was recognized as a woman on top in tech last year in a blog series. So that was very exciting, very cool. And I've, been accepted at a lot of technical conferences to share my story and my strategies. So in a way, that's also recognition. Yeah.
That's great. Well done. Well, why will you continue? Why will you continue to be this individual that stands in the space and represents a woman?
Well, like I said, I think visibility of women in technical leadership is really important. But also speaking, on technical topics is something I just enjoy doing. I speak on topics that I want to share about, like product management strategies and the benefits of working remotely. So I hope my sessions are genuinely educating people and helping them come away with new information or a new skill they didn't have before. And with my background in teaching, that's important to me.
Love it. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Could this be less professional, more just...
Please let it be for
yeah.
fun.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I really enjoy yoga. It's something I've tried to make a consistent daily habit, doing first thing in the morning. I try to do it every day. It's not always possible, but it's become something consistent in my life over the last few years that I really enjoy.
How does it make you feel like when you're doing that?
Balanced, I think, because it's very, physically it requires balance, but also just mentally. And I think after I do it, I feel more balanced and ready to, take on whatever I have to work on that day.
For someone that's listening, where's the best place for them to connect with you, Laura?
Probably on LinkedIn. Yep. Just Google my name, Laura Janusek, and connect with me just shoot me a note saying who you are, and I'm happy to connect.
Suggest to someone that's listening why they should do what you've done by maintaining balance amongst the professional side of life.
It's a challenge. Maybe not especially in careers in tech, but that's how it feels sometimes. I think having something outside of your work, like, for me, it's yoga, that just gives you a chance to take a little time to yourself each day is really important, just to slow down and be calm. I used to be in the bad habit of starting to work as soon as I'd wake up every day. So I think having a different morning ritual has helped me be more present in the rest of my day. And it's funny how taking time away to not work actually makes your work better when you do sit down to do it.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, doesn't it? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm wondering, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed, but my family is kind of unusually half and half. So, yeah, a lot of lefties in my group.
And just for the fun of it, are you drinking right now with your left hand or your right hand?
I am drinking a glass of wine with my left hand.
I'm guessing you're married, are you?
I am, yeah.
Oh, I heard the ring knocking on the glass. I couldn't leave it alone. I just wanted to test out in my ears.
You're very, very good. Yeah.
I'm getting better. That's pretty cool. Wow. All right. Well, amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Laura Janusek. I'm going to ask you now to let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Laura, what's your earliest childhood memory?
I'm not sure if this is the earliest, but maybe just a vivid or a consistent early childhood memory would be climbing trees in my backyard with my sister. I can remember a lot of smells, like tree bark and dirt and grass, and getting scratches on my palms from gripping the branches. So just very vivid, early, calm but playful, happy memories there.
How old do you think you were?
Old enough to climb a tree, so but not in school yet. So probably maybe like 4 or 5.
Oh my, you were climbing trees all by yourself.
Well, they were, weren't huge trees, but I had older siblings to help me get up in there.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
I'm not sure, because I'm not a particularly outdoorsy person. I've, lived in Chicago in the city for over 10 years. But the memories of that backyard just really says home to me. And I'm the youngest of 5 kids in my family. And my mom used to just let us out in the backyard. And it was a really big fenced-in yard, and she could watch us from inside the house. And just running around back there, I think, really gave me a sense of both freedom and being at home at the same time, which is a really positive feeling. I feel really lucky that that's how I remember my childhood.
If we dive deeper and look into that memory, how do you see it connecting to who you are today when we look at the trees and the life cycle?
That's a great question. Maybe I could kind of see how climbing still resonates with me, like always reaching, trying to go higher and do more and achieve, and, pretty driven in that way. So it might make sense that even as a kid, I would want to be higher and kind of keep up with my older siblings who were able to do those things that I wanted to do.
Love it. Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Please.
I love the fact that you resonated with pain as part of the process and didn't back down. Like, you didn't say to me, I climbed the trees, but my hands were bruised and I stopped. You said that, we were climbing the trees and, my hands were bruised and the smell of everything and the sight of everything. It's a lot like life now, isn't it? I'm guessing climbing to the top, being that speaker within the industry where you are the minority, but understanding that that's just part of it and you will do what's necessary to make the next step or to make the next reach. I love how that connected.
Oh, that's a really empowering interpretation. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. If we fast forwarded to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
That's tough, but I'd probably say something by Ani DeFranco, probably Fuel. I really loved that song and I loved her style. But I also grew up playing the piano, so I loved any song with piano in it. Like Colorblind by Counting Crows was a favorite of mine.
Super cool. Now that, I think it's the first time anyone has chosen that song on the podcast. It's a truly unique style of singing. And even the lyrics of the song was pretty interesting as well. I think it was like it's something, and I'm paraphrasing here to the concept of fueling the fire, right? To light brighter or something like that, right? I was intrigued by the lyrics as well. Super cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Laura?
Ready.
Laura, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Not yet.
Well, we've figured out that you are married, right?
You're right, yes.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yeah.
What about screen time? The phone and the computer. Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
More than 8.
All right. Laura, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Laura Janusek, what would you say that is?
It's tough because I realize that a statement should probably be a complete sentence or thought, but I don't quite have that. I just have a couple words that resonate with me, and those words are strength and grace.
Love it. Can I add something? I love how you said it's tough, and I think I just like that. Because like with the earliest childhood memory, with what you're doing, and of course you can add something possibly to the end of it. But I love how you it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it can be tough, but also worth it.
Love it. It's tough, but also worth it. Laura, this was such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, just everybody out there, keep doing what you're doing. And thanks for connecting with me, Angel.
Yeah, it's been a great pleasure. A pleasure I treasure. Laura Janusek, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.